Bears often invoke a sense of wonder and fear. Some species possess an incredible combination of strength and agility that can evoke images of rare, intense encounters. In extremely rare cases, a bear, driven solely by its primal instincts and armed with its formidable claws, may execute a lightning-fast and efficient predatory strike, resulting in the consumption of an entire human body alive. Hit that like button and subscribe right now. In today's episode, we'll explore 3 remarkable instances when bears have attacked humans and torn them apart. Welcome to Exclusion. In the desolate, frozen heart of the Arctic Circle, where the very air seemed to freeze the breath in your lungs, a bone-chilling tale of terror unfolded, an unforgettably horrifying encounter that would end the life of Christopher Enek. Brace yourself for the spine-tingling true story of a man ensnared by the icy clutches of nature's ultimate predator, the polar bear. Our narrative takes us to this remote and frozen paradise at the Earth's northernmost reaches, a realm characterized by its breathtaking glaciers, pack ice, and diverse marine life. The North Pole, a destination few ever set foot upon, offers a celestial spectacle known as the Aurora Borealis, a shimmering display of natural beauty. Beneath this pristine facade, however, lurks a formidable adversary, a swift, cunning, and lethal predator that claims the polar landscape as its hunting grounds. Christopher Enek, a dedicated geologist, had stationed himself at this remote outpost to study the ever-changing snow and sea ice. He had already spent a week at this desolate location when the northern lights finally graced the night sky, affording him a glimpse of its resplendent brilliance. On that fateful night, he captured several photographs to share upon his return. As the celestial spectacle concluded, he retreated to the modest caravan, the sole sanctuary in this frozen wilderness. Christopher and his colleagues used this shelter to access the samples they needed while safeguarding themselves from the merciless Arctic chill. Frustration loomed as Christopher engaged in a heated argument over the phone with his superiors back at the office. They clamored for more data, while he believed they already had sufficient evidence to gauge the ice's alarming depletion. His voice resonated with exasperation. "How many seals do you see around here? The ice is thinning, and these chubby creatures are staying away. We don't need all this equipment. We can observe the diminishing ice by monitoring the local wildlife." Hanging up in frustration, he gazed out the caravan's window, questioning the others' unwavering pursuit of data. "They aren't listening. They want more data," he muttered. Christopher's determination was unyielding. He resolved to venture out to the ice alone, collecting another sample to bolster their case. This sample would be kept at a stable temperature and transported back to the lab, reinforcing their argument. As his colleagues departed for their own tasks, Christopher embarked on his solo expedition. Traversing the ice, he walked over half a kilometer to their designated sampling area. The ice had fractured due to the relentless march of global warming, and Christopher carefully navigated the fragmented sheets. As he knelt to gather samples, a peculiar sound from the water beneath him captivated his attention. He anticipated a surfacing whale, but soon realized the origin of the sound was behind him. Without warning, a colossal mass of white fur leapt from the water, hurtling directly toward Christopher. With mere seconds to react, he instinctively ducked, narrowly evading the polar bear's lethal swipe. The bear's weight, as its ray entered the water, forced the ice sheet to shift beneath Christopher's feet, propelling him farther from the safety of the caravan. Frozen in shock, he watched as the bear began swimming menacingly toward him. In this dire moment, Christopher retrieved his backpack and hurriedly searched for a solution. The bear's relentless approach left him trembling with adrenaline. With shaking hands, he sprayed a cloud of bear repellent in the creature's direction, hoping the noxious fumes would deter the ferocious predator. The bear, however, was undeterred. Its powerful paws gripped the ice's edge as it emerged from the water, closing the distance rapidly. Christopher's heart raced as he sprayed more repellent. But the bear pressed on. Realizing the urgency, he discarded his backpack and sprinted across the ice, leaping from one sheet to another, creating a protective barrier of repellent behind him. Excruciating pain radiated from his shoulder, the result of the bear's initial swipe. These majestic animals were the undisputed kings of the frozen tundra, and they possessed a range of remarkable traits that allowed them to thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The polar bear, often referred to as the Lord of the Arctic, was the largest land carnivore in the world. Adult males, standing as tall as 10 feet on their hind legs, were truly imposing figures. Their immense size was a testament to their incredible strength and resilience. But what made polar bears even more extraordinary was their unique fur. Though it appeared to be pure white, their fur was actually translucent, made up of hollow hairs that reflected light. Beneath this deceptive exterior lay their secret weapon against the brutal cold: black skin. This black skin absorbed and retained heat from the Arctic sun, keeping them warm even in the most frigid temperatures. Polar bears were not just giants of the ice, but they were also masters of the sea. They were exceptional swimmers, capable of cruising through the freezing waters of the Arctic Ocean at speeds of up to 6 miles per hour. Their strong limbs propelled them through the waves effortlessly, making them formidable predators in the water as well. These bears primarily preyed on seals, with ringed and bearded seals being their favorites. They used the sea ice as their hunting platform, patiently waiting near breathing holes or using their immense strength to break through the ice and excess seal dens hidden beneath. One of the polar bear's most astonishing abilities was its sense of smell. Their keen noses could detect the scent of seals from miles away, even beneath layers of ice and snow. This incredible sense of smell was a vital tool for their survival in the vast and desolate Arctic landscape. Christopher knew that confronting the bear directly was futile. The odds were stacked against him. In his frantic flight, he witnessed the edge of his ice sheet rising slightly ahead, signaling a perilous drop into the freezing waters. He fell backward, sliding off the ice and into the unforgiving cold. Struggling to breathe in the frigid depths, he resurfaced, his body already drained of warmth. Desperation fueled his crawl back onto the ice, but his soaked clothing weighed him down, impeding his progress. The relentless polar bear surfaced beside him, closing in with relentless determination. Christopher screamed in anguish, tearing off his waterlogged garments as he ran. The bear, having lost its scent due to the water, leapt back in pursuit, this time closing the distance rapidly. Christopher's agonized cries filled the icy air as he continued his frantic escape. But fate was not on his side. With a final, brutal pounce, the bear claimed its prey, shattering Christopher's neck in an instant. The bear's triumphant feast left nothing behind but tattered clothing and a crimson stain upon the pristine ice, a chilling testament to the unforgiving wilderness of the Arctic. In the heart of Canada's Banff National Park, a place of immense natural beauty and unparalleled wilderness, an agonizing chapter unfolded that would be etched into the annals of the park's history. Inglis and Gusse, deeply in love with each other and the great outdoors, met a fate that sent shockwaves through the serene landscape. The couple, known as Doug and Jenny to their loved ones, shared a love that transcended ordinary bonds. They were kindred spirits, drawn together not only by their affection for each other, but by an insatiable passion for the wild. A family member, choosing to remain anonymous, shared their sentiments. They lived for being in the backcountry and were two of the most cautious people I know. They knew bear protocol and followed it to a T. Their journeys into the untamed wilderness were meticulously planned, and their adventures were well documented. While in the backcountry, they checked in daily, reassuring their loved ones that they were safe. On that fateful Friday, at 5 p.m., they sent a notification that they had safely arrived at their campsite, nestled in the Red Deer River Valley, an area characterized by steep cliffs and rugged terrain to the west of Yahartinda Ranch. However, as night descended upon the park, their idyllic campsite turned into the scene of a horrifying tragedy. Park staff received a distress notification from a satellite device, a cry for help following a bear attack. A highly specialized team trained to handle wildlife attacks was swiftly dispatched, but they were met with adversity in the form of relentless weather conditions, rendering their helicopters useless. Undeterred, the team embarked on a harrowing journey by foot, navigating the treacherous terrain throughout the night. They arrived at the remote campsite at approximately 1 a.m. on Saturday morning, their flashlights cutting through the inky darkness. What they encountered would haunt their memories forever. A grisly scene where Doug, Jenny, and their loyal dog had tragically perished in a brutal encounter with a grizzly bear. The bear, displaying unnerving signs of aggression, posed a significant threat to public safety. In a somber decision, Parks Canada authorities determined that the bear had to be euthanized. Hours later, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, arrived at 5 a.m. to transport the victims to Sunder, Alberta, a town nearly 50 miles east of the fatal attack. Grizzly bears, among the largest bear species globally, are awe-inspiring creatures that dominate their wilderness territories. Adult males can weigh between 600 to 1,500 pounds, 270 to 680 kilograms, with some exceptional individuals tipping the scales at over 2,000 pounds, 907 kilograms. What truly sets them apart is their formidable strength, capable of overpowering most animals and bringing down large prey such as moose and bison with their powerful jaws and razor-sharp claws. Their territorial nature means that encroaching upon their domain can be perilous, as they aggressively defend their turf. Besides their terrestrial prowess, grizzlies are also surprisingly adept swimmers, capable of traversing long distances in the water. This aquatic ability makes it challenging for potential prey to evade them by crossing rivers or lakes. Their olfactory senses are nothing short of extraordinary, estimated to be 7 times better than those of a bloodhound, enabling them to detect scents from miles away and track down elusive food sources. Grizzly bears have an omnivorous diet, indulging in a diverse array of foods. Fish, particularly salmon, are a staple, especially during spawning season when they perform the iconic salmon-catching spectacle at riverbanks. They also relish the sweet bounty of berries, devouring them from bushes and shrubs. Plants, insects, and the occasional larger mammal complete their diet, making them remarkably adaptable to different ecosystems. Parks Canada, in a heartfelt statement, expressed their deepest condolences to the families and friends of Doug and Jenny, acknowledging the profound tragedy that had befallen the park. This sorrowful incident marked the first fatalities within the borders of Banff National Park in half a century. While the region had experienced a series of bear attacks during the summer of 1980, including a fatal one attributed to the infamous black grizzly of Whiskey Creek, such incidents had become exceedingly rare over the years. Bears, experts explained, typically retreated from an area after a defensive attack, often when startled by humans. However, In this tragic case, the bear remained in close proximity to the victims, a behavior inconsistent with the norm. Predatory attacks by bears were considered exceptionally rare. In the aftermath of the incident, biologists would conduct a necropsy of the bear, and Parks Canada would meticulously investigate the site to ascertain the sequence of events leading to the tragic outcome. Kim Titchener, a close friend of Doug and Jenny's family, and the founder of Bear Safety and Moray, shed light on the dynamics of bear behavior in the autumn. As the season transitioned, bears entered a phase known as hyperphagia, marked by an insatiable appetite as they prepared for the hibernation period ahead. This feeding frenzy, popularly celebrated during Fat Bear Week, was their last-ditch effort to accumulate enough fat reserves to endure the harsh winter months. People sometimes think, "Oh, it's getting cold out, so we're not going to run into bears." But they're still in the valley bottoms, feeding on vegetation, and you can certainly encounter them, Titchener explained. While seasons played a role in bear behavior, Titchener emphasized that the sheer number of people heading outdoors was the primary factor contributing to an increase in human-bear encounters. In Banff, there are only 60 grizzly bears and less than 1,000 in Alberta. They're a threatened species. People say we have too many bears. No, we have too many people, Titchener lamented, underscoring the importance of bear safety courses that a majority of backcountry enthusiasts neglected to take. Half the time when people get attacked by carnivores, they're doing something that's risky or they don't have the right gear. But at times, and I suspect this was the case, you have something tragic where it's the wrong place, wrong time. In the heart of Banff National Park, where the line between untamed beauty and unforeseen peril blurred, the memory of Doug and Jenny would forever serve as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between human exploration and the wild, unpredictable forces of nature. Their story was etched into the park's history, a haunting testament to the power and enigma of the natural world. This is the story of Jordan Carbery, in the remote wilderness of Bella Coola, a place where humans and grizzly bears coexisted in an intricate dance of nature. There lived a man named Jordan Carbery. Jordan was not your typical park ranger. He was a modern-day adventurer who had chosen to live off the grid, surrounded by the untamed beauty of the Canadian wilderness. One crisp morning, as the sun's golden fingers stretched across the land, Jordan's keen eyes spotted movement outside his rustic cabin. He had always been drawn to the wild, and curiosity was his constant companion. He decided to investigate, his heart racing with anticipation. As he stepped out into the crisp morning air, he grabbed his phone, always ready to capture the beauty of the wild. It was a habit he had cultivated over the years, a testament to his deep love for the creatures that called this place home. His footsteps led him to the source of the commotion, a cherry tree not far from his home, its branches swaying with playful cubs. His heart swelled with delight as he observed the young bears at play, their innocence and grace a stark contrast to their powerful mother who kept a watchful eye. But then, as if nature itself decided to test the harmony that had been struck between man and beast in this remote corner of the world, the tranquility was shattered. One of the cubs lost its footing, and the branch beneath it snapped. Jordan watched in shock as the cub tumbled to the ground. And then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw her, the mother grizzly, a massive and formidable presence, charging toward him with a determined fury. Fear surged through him as he turned and sprinted for the safety of his cabin, which stood only 40 feet away. But the mother bear was faster than he could have imagined. In a heartbeat, she tackled him from behind, sending him flying through the air. The world became a whirlwind of chaos as the grizzly fiercely attacked him. She ripped part of his scalp, and half his ear in her relentless assault. Jordan, fueled by sheer survival instinct, fought back with every ounce of strength he possessed. He kicked and punched the grizzly, striking her in the face, determined to free himself from her savage grip. In the midst of the struggle, Jordan dropped his phone, rendering him unable to call for help. Bloodied and battered, he knew he had to make it back to the safety of his cabin. Summoning his remaining energy, he managed to escape the grizzly's clutches. Inside his cabin, he tracked down his keys, his heart pounding in his chest. He knew he needed immediate medical attention, and the nearest facility was a nerve-wracking 10-minute drive away. The grizzly, however, was not finished. She charged at him one last time as he staggered to his vehicle, a final attempt to thwart his escape. Jordan's hands trembled as he fumbled with the keys, and the grizzly closed in. But sheer determination prevailed. He managed to reach the safety of his car just in time and sped away toward the nearest hospital. The journey was excruciating, every bump and turn a reminder of the brutal encounter he had just survived. But he knew he had no choice but to persevere. When he arrived at the hospital, his face and body were covered in blood, a chilling sight for the nurses who rushed to his aid. In the days that followed, Jordan was laying in a Vancouver hospital bed, a living testament to the power of human resilience in the face of nature's fury. His injuries were extensive, but he was alive, a testament to his strength and determination. As he reflected on that harrowing day, Jordan knew that his love for the wild would never waver. The grizzly bear, in all her fierceness, was a part of the wilderness he had chosen to embrace. In Bella Coola, where every day was an adventure, Jordan Carbery had lived to tell a story that would forever echo in the hearts of those who heard it, a story of survival, of unwavering passion for the wild, and of the enduring connection between humans and the untamed world around them. In the weeks that followed, Jordan's story continued to resonate far and wide. News of his encounter with the grizzly spread across the nation, sparking discussions about the delicate balance between humans and wildlife. He became a symbol of resilience and a living testament to the unwavering spirit of those who call the wilderness their home. Jordan's recovery was slow and painful, but his determination remained unshaken. He knew he had a unique opportunity to educate people about the importance of coexisting with wildlife in harmony. His passion for bears and the wild had only deepened, and he vowed to continue his work as a park ranger, sharing his experiences and knowledge with others. In Bella Coola, the rhythms of nature continued, and the bears, including the grizzly that had tested his mettle, roamed freely. The bond between man and beast, though tested in the crucible of survival, remained unbroken. And as Jordan Carbery looked out at the wild expanse from his hospital window, he knew that his heart and soul would forever be intertwined with the untamed beauty of Bella Coola. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe for everything exclusion.